Hello. Here we go again. So I have been sick these last few days. This last few days, let's just say the last week, it's been miserable. But today, I'd say my voice is back. I'm not as miserable. I don't have that sinus pain going up all up into my head and the headache throbbing. And the Broncos just pulled off a win in spite of their, let's just say, one-sidedness. Literally, like they play with one side of the ball. The offense just goes out there and waits for the defense to do something mostly. It's been okay. So I had a cold this last week, and it started kind of last. I think I felt it Wednesday night. Thursday it kind of started kicking in. I wasn't feeling good. I knew I was in trouble. I decided not to go to practice Friday. Turns out I didn't have practice Friday, so I didn't go Saturday. I wasn't gonna go either day really. I was a mess. Lots of sleeping. It was a cold. I had just sinuses were just messed up. I was coughing and sneezing and bah. And even through yesterday, I was pretty miserable yesterday. As it's changed. It went from the coughiness, or the kind of dry, tickly, sore throat, pain in the butt stuff. You could just feel it was in your lungs and in your nose, but nothing was moving, and it was just pressure. Over the next several days, it slowly started converting to that kind of cold where it's just blah, you're just sinus pressure constantly, but then your nose is running, you're coughing, and your blah. It's all that for days. Tried to come on the other day, and I was like, oh, I can't do this. I did it for like an hour, and I was like too long. But I have been working. I've had moments of being able to work and get progress made. So I am still progressing in the game. I know people are like, oh, this guy's losing it. He's been doing it for a year. He's probably gonna fade away. No, I'm not fading away. I'm pushing through this. It's been good. It's a year. It says 230. I think my days are now 230. I could probably say 240 because I have been working this whole week. It's probably even 241. Um, uh, and I've been working on all the stuff that's now required for me to actually launch a game. I mean, I have the team building and the team selection and all that stuff ready to go. So our league building and the team selection and all that ready. So now my user can go in, create a league, and select their team. I wanted to go straight into starting to work on the UI for the sim, moving players around. Well, it turns out, yeah, I'm not there yet. It turns out there's a few things that need to happen for me to even get to that stage. Now, yes, I could just go into the sim, create some funky stuff, and start playing with that. But ultimately, at this point, I'm trying to create the complete flow, which means I have to be able to go from creating an account to creating a team to going into the sim to selecting my simulation type, setting whatever parameter I'm going to have available to start, and then launching the game to go in. Now, what that entails is doing a few little tweaks and UI setups for the sim type. I ran into a couple of visual quirks, things I didn't like. And one of the things I've been trying to do as well is line up all of my graphical aesthetics. As you've probably seen, some of my character designs, which are what I'm going with, they're going to be that kind of 3D character, kind of cartoony. What do you call it? Stylized comic book setup, and I like them. I think they look cool. I'm hoping I can get them all in play. I do have some ideas for dressing up the cards in time, but for now, I just want to get them basic set up. But the overall aesthetic of the game has been, from when I first started it, kind of more realism-ish, more realistic, expecting more of a realistic kind of characters. It does, and the overall theme of the world aesthetic just wasn't matching up with my players. So I've been slowly working with AI to generate some graphics that are a little bit more in line with the aesthetic I'm going for, so that when everything loads, it just looks more like everything belongs in the same world, right? So building that same thing up, it has actually done some pretty good images for me. And so I'm hoping I can get a. Sorry, I got a message. I was looking. So here's one of the new images I'm going to put in play for my quick play. I did one for head to head. I need one for let's see. Quick play head to head scrimmage. I need a complete set. But the next one is a scrimmage type game. I'm just going to get a couple, see how they come out. I don't really have to. This is one of those semi-distractions, but I trying to build the aesthetic so that when, sorry, I do still have some of the cold that's lingering, still kind of going in and out of my sinuses, and it's annoying. So I probably should get some water, and you'll hear me like kind of half cough here and there. So bear with me on that. Luckily, technology has not got to the point yet where you can transfer germs over the internet, so you're safe. And I will try my best not to give it back to myself by sneezing on my mic. So, that's the plan anyway. Yuck. Anyway, so we'll keep plugging away here. See if I can get this thing launched. And once I can get it into the game, I'm getting all that part going where it's going to match. The next step is to get it going where I launch the kickoff. It matches the teams. Bam. Then I'm in the simulation. At that point, everything I do will be in the simulation. How much I get done, how much gets going, all that will kind of come in place. But I'm going to start loading players and trying to get them at least into like the starting positions, like get a kickoff loaded kind of thing. So we'll see. Yes, but then I'm going to scrimmage. And then after I will need, what do you think? Should I go with season play or league play? Probably season play. Season play. All right, we'll go with. I kind of like season play. I'm tempted to go with season play, even though it's a league. But we'll go with season play. Let's see what a season play. I don't even know what to say for scrimmage. Let's see what it comes up with for scrimmage. After I will need one for season play with this, incorporate a trophy image. And I need coach. Coach mode. This will require maybe some X's and O's. coaches, do they wear hats? That's like more of a baseball thing, huh? Coaches don't really wear coach caps, do they? I got head to head. I got quick play, season play with coach play, and then I have to do. So let's see. It's going to go ahead and try to let me. It's going to try to work with me here. It's trying to build me a set of images that change my aesthetic to what I want. Now it's giving me two pretty good ones, which I will probably go with for now. I'm not convinced on the head to head or the quick play. I do like the quick play for a lot of reasons, but. Oh no! Did it not keep my border style? Oh, it did. It did go with a whistle. Oh, I did say maybe a whistle. That whistle's huge. I guess it could be a big giant whistle. Nope. It's saying quick play again. Okay, so the difference between quick play and scrimmage and head to head, they all have slightly different. Oh, yeah. Well, that's no. You can have a whistle, but it still says quick play. This image should same border style as the image before, but it should say scrimmage. This image Sorry. Now, if I gets too annoying, I will stop. I will go offline. Just, I don't know why it does it. When I get hot, that's just it. When I start getting warm, I start coughing more. Let me get some water. Okay. Much better. Hopefully that'll kind of settle my throat down. I won't be so half coffee. Let's see if this one can fix. I need consistent borders, people. I also keep forgetting to tell it to remove the the outer background. Okay, that's a similar border. That's better. And I feel like that's headed more towards scrimmage. So that's good. I like the gold or bronze border. It fits my idea of the aesthetic. Now, you can see that this is this is AI. Just in looking at this. For one, I don't know, the whistle has a hole through the center. And really? Scrimic? Oh, wow. I thought, oh, see, that is like so, that is so ChatGPT 2.0, man. I've never seen oops. The correct scrimmage label is beveled comic style typography. I'm so disappointed in you. I thought we were past the days of can't spell. Scrimp play is not scrimmage. All right, well, I guess I have to find another option. See, quick play, I like this one. This worked out well. And even head to head wasn't bad. I don't know if I like kind of like this text better. They put some shadows and shading in that one. But the borders are both pretty decent for the most part. Maybe not as consistent as I would like. Yeah, and then you can always tell when it's AI because there's inconsistency with things like this inverted corner. You see it's pointy here but rounded here. That's not something you get out of a person. A person doing this kind of work would actually round both corners or make them both sharp, but you wouldn't get too rounded. You wouldn't get a pointy and a round. Such is the way of dealing with AI images. But plus AI has now let me down. Let's go ahead and just try a couple. Let's just go ahead and put some stuff in. I'm not going to try to mess with images anymore right now. This just gives me a little bit of the aesthetic that I actually want. Wow, what the heck is going on there, man? Weird. I think like half showing up. It is so bonkers. All right. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Huh. All right. Well, let's go back over here, and then we're gonna go to my container. Panel. Now we'll go to downloads. Oh wait, no, I put them in FPFM here. Sort by demo. All right. Let's just take the quick play. It's the one that's closest to it, and we'll just use that for now. It's the most what I want, and I need a new button. I'm short a button. And we will move that guy. We will set his, let's go to scrimmage 3625. don't know what the exact opposite of 3625, but for probably still be, oh, anchor position. We'll go, how did I do all these other guys? Head to head. No, they're all anchored top right. Okay. Oh, it's center. That makes sense, center. You know what? I'm going to do this one bottom left. Or bottom right. And then we're going to say vertical percent. Oops. Bottom right. I do not know what these little lines are or how I change them. It's a mystery to me. I think they're navigation lines. I just don't know how they work because I don't know what buttons determine those what values determine those navigations. $22.50. So 50. Trying to figure out what the equivalent percentage is for this thing. Wait, that one is top. Wait, scrimmage. Oh, that's why. Top right. So this one is top right. So if I change this to bottom right. No, nothing actually didn't do anything. Okay, so I'm not sure how to set this to make it equal in opposition. So it's probably the same for a vertical position as 25. And then it should be the same as that one, 36, right? Those look lined up? I guess it does kind of look lined up, doesn't it? All right. So we'll go ahead and take my images now, or my new image. Go to project, go to button images. Drop him there. And change this guy's name. Where is my new image? Oh, that one? Geez, that was really tiny. Why is that so tiny? Doesn't look that tiny here. It's 1.18 megabytes. Jeez. All right, what is this one set at? This one set at 2D single 100 mesh type tight. Really? Huh. That's weird. I don't know why. Oh, now it resizes. Oh, that's weird. I can't do that. I got to remove the background first, or that's going to be broken. Then I'm going to have to take it into my Coral Draw and, trim it down to the outer edges of the borders. I still got to make a lot of these buttons, but this one will be the first one that's kind of in the right style. I also got to make more in style of the original background. What the heck? All right, she's totally confused. Come on now. All right, let's go new conversation. It totally is just getting lost in everything. Please make no changes to this image other than doing the outer background, the surrounding background. Probably not the best way. When you remove backgrounds, it's a little bit of a problem when you have AI do it. It's kind of like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a good analogy to what you're doing when you have AI do something like remove the border on an image. Because it's quite good at not doing exactly what you ask. It's oftentimes it'll do it, but it kind of like it's kind of saying redraw this image without the background, and it just redoes the whole image. And oftentimes it'll wonk the image out. Say, for example, I'll show you right now what it did, and you can probably see it. So I removed the background on my image. Now, there is one problem. It put lines on the football. Dang it. Sorry. And this is professional football, so it's all right, so let me open this up and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So you can see, maybe if I sort this correctly. All right, so these are the two images, the new ones. And I said, just remove the background on the image. Now, if I first show you this one, see how it's kind of got the dark here and it's a little bit more gold up here. You got a little bit more shading and styling on the outside border. But you go look at this one and it completely took all the shading and styling off the border. It's mostly the same, but it took all the highlights off the border. Am I being picky? Maybe, but and plus this one has this kind of cool little, like, the football's moving fast, kind of like it's quick. This one, it took all that off. So, hey Nintendo, how you doing? So asking AI to remove the background from an image is kind of like asking an auto dealership to touch up a spot on your custom painted car, and they repaint the whole car, and you know it's not exactly the same anymore. You got your custom paint job, it looks similar, but if you took a picture of the old image and the new image of your custom paint job, you'd be like, I only wanted you to fix the spot, but you repainted the whole car. You know, it's like, that's kind of what happens when you're asking AI to do touch-ups. It rarely does it doesn't know how to change just the image. It tries to replicate the image as close as it can, but oftentimes you're going to lose something. And this is kind of why sometimes AI's images will improve, sometimes they get worse as you ask them to change. I am recovering from being sick, so yes. That's why I haven't been streaming much the last week. I started getting sick last Thursday. I had a cold, and just really bad cold. Sinus pain all up in here, and nose snotting and sneezing and coughing and sore throats. You know, the whole cold bit. And it had me pretty much down. And the one thing I couldn't do was talk for extended periods of time. My throat would get all yucky. Now, I'm kind of on the recovery finally. Today was my first day where... Well, actually, it's the first day I haven't had to take a nap in a week, you know, where you just kind of take a power nap, go lie down for half an hour, 20 minutes. The last few days, I've just been kind of going, nope, crash, 20 minutes. Yeah, it sucks. And usually I recover pretty fast. In fact, I worked out every day that I normally work out. Some of those days. And the thing is, what's nice is with a cold, with me anyway, with a cold, I could work out. And I feel good about 5 minutes into the workout and all the way through, and I'm like, I'm good. And usually I will I will hold steady for a couple hours after that and just have a good one. This cold was rough. I would get done with my workout feeling pretty good. 20 minutes later, I was like, bam, I'm just done. I had nothing left. It would just take me out. And depending on how intense my workout is, I ran 5 miles twice this week. Both days that I did that, after, it's like I was feeling miserable. I'm just going to start. And I start walking, and I start jogging, and I start feeling good. The first day, it was like I ran 1 mile at a time, and I just kind of like, but I got through it. But when I was done, I was done. I was literally just could not keep going that day. I was like, lie down every 20 minutes. My body said, all right, well, you used up all your juice for the day. You're done. And then on Tuesday I did it again, and I made it a little further, maybe an extra hour, and I was done. I couldn't do anything all day. I was 20 minutes at a time. I was like, gotta go lie down. I took like 4 naps that day. And then the other days, my lighter workouts, while less cardio, cleared my head. I felt good. Yesterday it was so bad. I got up. I literally was like, I'm going to start with push-ups. I literally crawled to the floor, lied there, said, I'm just going to do some simple things, basic stuff. But after a while, I kind of got going, and I ended up getting a good 90-minute workout in. It was a good, solid, good workout. Got my reps in, did what I wanted to do. And actually, it was lower cardio exertion, and I actually felt pretty good for like the morning. And then I was done all day. Rest of the day, I couldn't move. I couldn't go. I was just sleeping, sleeping, sleeping. And I door dashed every day this week. I'm so proud of myself. Even with my sickness, I would get enough energy to go out for a couple of hours each day. I hit my marks each day. The Lord was kind enough to help me actually get to my goal amount quickly, so I wasn't out there as long. I was getting to $20, $25, $30 within a couple hours at the most. And then I'd go home and I'd fall asleep. So, and now I've got this annoying little cough. Stop it. Leave me alone. And then I went out today and door dashed for my last day of the week, so I don't go on Fridays. I made $56 in like 2 hours. I did like 4 deliveries. I did like an 8. No, I did like an 11, an 8, another 8, a 9, and then like a 15. And that was it. It's like, wow. Made 50 some dollars, all from DoorDash, which is surprising. Usually I don't get that many from DoorDash. But it's like I'd finish one and immediately get another one. Then I'd finish one and get another one. And they kept me kind of going in the same area, which was nice. So I didn't have to like travel a long way back. The 15 was kind of a bummer. I should have taken that one. I mean, I'm glad I did, but I shouldn't have, because it really took me way away. And then I had to drive all the way home. And so it ended up being a long drive to do, 15. So it wasn't as good a deal as it seemed like of all the driving. But anyway, got home. I haven't had to take a nap today. I felt okay. My brain has stayed clear. I had a little rundown, but yeah, I have those on regular days where I run down just a little bit. But overall, my energy level stayed up. And I've been working all week too. When I wasn't trying to take a nap, I was still plugging away on getting things worked out on here. So I haven't like taken the week off. It has kind of slowed my progress for sure. And today's the first time I've actually got to get on here and get some real work done. But I do need to try to get this background off of this thing, and I don't know how I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to have to do it the old-fashioned way. Cut it off myself. I like this one better than the other one. So we will open it with this is the first image for my for the gameplay that you know what, I don't want to do that one yet. Let's go up here instead. For my sim type panel, it's the first image that is of the right aesthetic. And what I mean by aesthetic is my other images are not well, they're not the right aesthetic. They're not what I was going for. I'll explain what I'm talking about in a minute here. So you say you were sick yourself, huh? You were yeah. My wife thought maybe I had COVID, but I don't think it was COVID because I had COVID before, and COVID isn't a cold. I mean, it's about that level of severity, but it's COVID is a lot more just, you don't get the congestion with COVID. My experience with COVID is it was just a really bad headache. And just exhausting. I mean, it literally just drained all of my energy from me, and I couldn't do anything. I mean, it was worse in the sense, but it was short. I only had it for a couple of days, and but it was just a miserable couple of days. But that was, like I said, it was a whole different thing. I don't think this wasn't that. I didn't. At least I wouldn't. I would not have said this was COVID by any means. Then she thought maybe I had some kind of flu, like a respiratory kind of flu. But I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what a respiratory flu is, but I wasn't nauseous at all, though. I didn't get any of that. What do you call it? You know, it was like nothing that's typically flu. No, no digestive tract issues. Anyway, so what have you been up to, man? You've been working on your apps? Been working on getting something. Have you managed to sell or get any of your anybody to bite on and and try out your DoorDash app? I know you were trying to get that onto Android. All right, let's see here. Let's just go with the eraser here. Hey, you should talk to Soon Wukong if he comes back. He comes by here. One of my more recent followers. You think you were here once when he was. He he kind of been putting together some games too. He did a game that's kind of like, I want to say it's kind of like Asteroids, except you're shooting at presidents. Well, not really, not just presidents, but it was like you're shooting at you're shooting at a variety of different, I don't know, characters. But he has all these little icons that go around, and then he actually attached AI to his game. 5 people. Well, it's 5 people. Did they give you reviews? Anybody try it out and say, hey, this is cool, man? I mean, it's a little niche, right? Because it's not really an app for everybody, because not everybody DoorDash is. Kind of like my my quick up link. Well, of course, that's not on any store, and nobody's no. I kind of thought I'd get a couple of people who are like interested in trying it out. Nobody's contacted me about it. Of course, I don't really advertise it much, and I don't. It's not like I put a link up anywhere. But like my videos that I put up that talk about it, nobody's asked me to try it. So it's a niche thing, though. You know, it's like you can't really. What can I expect? You know. So they're lost, man. It's cool. I like it. The important thing is that I want to use it. I think it's worth. I mean, I created it for me. I just wanted to share it with other people. Right? But I was curious to see if anybody else would like it. All right, so we'll go with that for now. And then I will drop this one in here. And we will remove that one. that one. And we'll turn that one into this. And we'll just apply. And then I will go to edit one. And wait, where'd it go? Did it not change to the right type? Why didn't it change to the right type? It's just being slow? What happened? Oh, okay. Oh, ClickUp link is my. If you use ClickUp, which is a project tool online, it's called ClickUp. It's like Motion or I think there's even one called Notion or Monday.com, which is kind of similar, or Jira or Azure DevOps. All of those are like project tools, but ClickUp is pretty well known for being a fairly robust one. That's free as well, and a lot of the stuff you can do with it is free. So that's why I liked it, and it had the features I wanted. I tried Jira, didn't like it. Tried a couple of other ones, like I think it was Motion, but Motion was really Motion was expensive to do what I wanted, and so anyway, I ended up going with ClickUp. But then I was like, the problem is I had to keep going back to the website to manage my project. I said, is there a way to tie this? And I ended up creating a whole Visual Studio Code extension that would interact with ClickUp and literally let me create and edit my tasks right there in Visual Studio Code, right inside of my code. I could attach it to the actual pieces of code that I was working on and say, all right, I need to do this task here and this task here, and this is the status and who's working on it, which is just me, but if I ever have anybody else, that's Sue. But at least I can track all the things I need to do, and I could jump around. It would jump me around in my code to those things I still need to do. And to be fair, it'll probably be a lot more useful when I get around to when I have so much to do. I'm not doing it as much as I need to. I keep going back to it, and the list just gets really, 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 really long because I'm so early. And I'm not to that point where I'm just doing maintenance. Maintenance tasks, I might have 20 or 30 at a time, and then I can just knock off a few a week or a few per sprint. And I'm finding that I am knocking off just handfuls and boatloads of them, and if I just don't have time to create tasks for every single item I'm doing. And then I just go back every now and then and create a set of things I want to do or plan to do. And eventually I'll come back and I pull them into my code. It's easier too at the back end. It's a little different when I'm doing the UI stuff because that's different too. But it still works really good in my code, and I love using it. And so forget all those losers who don't want to try it out. I don't understand why this image is smaller. Why is it smaller? It's taking up the entire block. My box is the same size. I don't understand why it's smaller. Or is it? Oh, weird. Okay, maybe it isn't taking up the whole block. Oh. Is this my bad one? Oh, that might be my bad one. Delete. That's why. That's not the right one. Dang it.
Connected to active a Mind Gamers chat.
Oh. And it's I made it available on demand. So if somebody actually said, "Hey, I want to try out this ClickUp link," they message me. I'll give them the and to be fair, I'm not great with it either because the hold on. I've updated it like 4 times, added some new features, added some cool new stuff, fixed a couple of bugs, and I haven't created the build for that one yet. So to be fair, I probably haven't really spent a lot of time really promoting it. because it's better now than it was even when I did my demo, but I haven't put that version up on my GitHub. So even if somebody asked, I'd have to say, "Oh, sure, yeah, let me go put this up for you. I'll give you the link." But yeah, the one I have now is better than the one that is actually up there. So, is this the one? Oh, that's the one I want. Okay, so that's the one that's supposed to be here. And that's what I'm going to put in here. Try that again. Go 2D, single, apply. Go back to that. Go like that. Aha, that's better. Fills the whole square now. Yay, me. All right. Now that's supposed to be called Quick Play. There you go. There's no real need for text. All right, let's see how that works. All right, so this is the aesthetic I want, not these ones. These are all the wrong aesthetic. I mean, they look cool, but they don't match my the aesthetic I'm going for. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna actually. I'm gonna see what this thing does. When I don't think it's gonna do a good job. I'm just telling you right now. I have very minimal hopes for this. But I am curious what she can do. She let me down. Copilot let me down in my last attempt.
I'm really sorry to hear that, Kenneth. You know I'm here to make it right. What can I do to help this time?
Well, the issue this time was I asked you to do an image for me, and apparently you have the same problem as the old LLMs where you mess up on spelling. I asked you to do scrimmage, and you spelled SKRMK. It was pretty bad.
Oh, that does sound frustrating. I'm really sorry for the error. Let's make sure to get it right this time. What image do you need me to work on?
I'll set you up with that in just a moment. Okay, so I'm going to go over here, and we're going to say upload. We're going to go over to this image. This image. Right here. Right there. Alright, and then we will give the additional image, one I've been using, which seems to be pretty good sampling of what I want, which is this image. Can you update the first image keeping the same features of the fantasy style football stadium fans and alright, let's just do this. You update the first image in the aesthetic of the second image without losing any of the keeping all the same features. Let's see what it says. Let's see what it does here. I'm curious if it can do something this big. I actually like this second image. I think it's great for the sim starting kickoff image. But I need it to be updated to a more cartoon style aesthetic. So let's see if it does it. Because sometimes the AI thinks, hey, well, you want the same style aesthetic, let me totally redesign your stadium for you, or change the people on the field, or see, whoa, that went way, that is not what I visualized in my head. That's not, no, this, I mean, this is too cartoony. This is like Saturday morning cartoony. Something's not right about that one. No. It's definitely went the comic style, but that went way too far to the cartoon side. It looks, I mean, it would be all right if I was going with that cartoony of a look. But it's like, yeah. Not bad, but that is too cartoony. It match the 3D hyper stylized this is this is Copilot. I don't know what the deal is. I barely have even coughed all day long. But apparently there's something to do with my talking, or maybe it's the way I'm slouching, you know, I'm scrunching up my esophageal tract and it's coughing, or my lungs are just like, yeah, he's got too much air going in and out right now. I'm just going to cough. Oh, look, and then it adds the word scrimmage, which was totally related to an image. Oh, come on, me. Stop it. I'm going to have to call it just so that I stop irritating anybody who's listening to this video. It's like, dude, stop coughing. So look, it basically gave me the same stadium, same image, but types the word scrimmage at the top just to prove that it knows how to spell scrimmage. I never asked it for the word scrimmage in this image, or even in this conversation. That was the previous image. It's like, you didn't even, all right. I gotta try one more time, but I'm not gonna ask Copilot. She obviously doesn't, this is not her, it's this image. Now, to be fair, Copilot has done some images for me that I have really liked. Has done a really good job. In beaten Sora, you know, to be honest, all these image generators, they have their you're like, yeah, sounds like you're getting over that cold again. No, really, I am. But apparently I can't breathe anymore because this cough's going to be like, well, as long as you're trying to talk, I'm going to keep interrupting you. But anyway, like all these image generators have their own thing. Like this style here, see how this yellowish, foggy style that you get with this fantasy image? If you ask ChatGPT or Sora, even if you say, give me a comic style or noir style, but if you say fantasy world, if you put the word fantasy in your image, unless you say sci-fi or something and it thinks futuristic, but if you're thinking like Tolkien fantasy, Lord of the Rings fantasy, it will always give you a yellowed art style. It doesn't matter what you do, it's going to give you the yellow art style. And even when I give it, I ask for a totally different like aesthetic, it still gives me the yellowed art style. It thinks fantasy means this. So I try not to use that word, even though I'm trying to do a fantasy style game. But if I want Sora to build it, I have to come up with a different way to ask for my fantasy style stuff. I did say I'm on the tail end or the back end of this cold. I didn't say I was 100% over it. So, to be fair, I didn't actually say I was 100%. I'm hoping tomorrow I'll be closer because I have to go to rehearsal tomorrow, and this coughing nonsense is not going to be good if I'm doing that. Okay, so now it did update. See, this is one of the things I did. I told it update with the same style, and I asked it to do this image, and look what it did. It has the yellowy stuff, even though it was like, I told it give me the same comic art style, the hyperlized, the bright ends, and it did an okay job. Except, in fact, I would have probably used this if it wasn't for the crappy football field, which is totally weird. It's like a square football field with only one end zone. Yeah, it's just weird. But except it still has to give you the yellow stuff, and it really bothered me. And I'm like, what is with this yellow nonsense? I don't know why it does that. See, like every one of these attempts at fantasy, or if you ask it for hyper style, if I ask you for the same style. When you ask for that bright lighted, what do you call it, border outline, whatever I want to call that thing, it puts yellow. It wants to use yellow. There's something about Sora and yellow or orange or whatever this weird border color is. Everything I do has this yellowish weird border style. If it's even though the image I give it for a sample might use white, it'll put yellow or orange. And every time you ask it for highlighted or something, it thinks highlight's always yellow. So it's just weird. I don't know. But I'm gonna try again. Watch, it'll give it a yellow. I guarantee you it's gonna give me a yellow styling, but we're gonna try it anyway. So I'm going to go with this image. No, that's not the one I wanted. And where to go? How come I can never see? How come I can never see it when I'm going through here? Oh, there it is. I need the second image to be recreated using the same style and aesthetic as the first image, so that they would fit in the same world. I probably shouldn't say that, because knowing this thing, it'll try to put it in the image. And I have to tell this one not to combine it, because I asked it the same thing when I asked it to say, give me this scroll in the aesthetic of her. So what did it do? It gave them both to me on the same page. It did update the aesthetic of the scroll, but it put her on the page. And I had to say, give me the thing without the girl. And then that's how I got these ones, which are okay. I don't know. Something's weird about them. As far as scrolls go, I think they kind of work. But if you really look at the way this roll is going, it makes no sense. See, like, the paper very clearly rolls around the back, but the curl is going the other direction. Notice that? So the curl is coming this way, but the paper is going around the back, which means it would be going this way. So that's not right. So that's the thing about AI. It's not very good with logically interpreting how rolls go. It got them all wrong. All these images are wrong. And it wasn't. It's not just Sora who did that wrong. That was a problem I got also with other AI generators. They couldn't figure out the curl on the roll. And this one gave me a pretty cartoony version too. But look, this one still tried to keep the yellow aesthetic. I don't know why I don't know why it went so cartoony on me though. I mean, this is not what I had in mind. See, these guys don't look like the same. I mean, that girl is totally different from them. Yeah, see, that's why it's so hard to get images. You know what actually is good? There's a tool called AI Arena. I think it's called AI Arena. It's not AI Arena? What's it called? It's AI. AI. Huh. I thought it was AI Arena. Let's see if it's in here. It's I Am Arena. Why I Am? Oh, LM Arena. Oh, yeah, I guess that makes more sense. All right, let's see here. I'm going to try. You know, I'm gonna try one more time. We're gonna go. I don't want ChatGPT. Look at this. Even here, ChatGPT. You give it this thing, and it insists that it has to be gold. Everything has to be gold with ChatGPT. Hun Yuan is not good. I've tried that one. It's not good. Actually, none of these are great because they don't really update AI ALM Arena very often. These are all like old versions of AI. DALL-E 3, which is really old ChatGPT. But this is the only place where you could do Microsoft's, yeah, what is it called? MA Image 1 or something like that. It's called MAI. And it did me one of my favorite images that I got is from Microsoft's. Oh, there it is, MA Image 1. Right. All right, so let's do this. I need an image of an American football field, football stadium in the background with a long line of fantasy characters. Fantasy long line of Tolkien-esque fans heading to the stadium. Fantasy styled American football stadium in comic art style. Use bold colors and outlines, dramatic rim lining, glowing outline, created as a PNG. Oh, I don't need that to be a PNG. I actually want this whole. I want the whole image. All right, let's see what that does. Let's see how crazy it gets. Now this is GPT again, so I expect it to be yellow. It will be very yellow because that's just ChatGPT thinks all fantasy has to be yellow. Now, Microsoft's AI image gen has given me some good stuff and some mediocre stuff. But it did give me the best version of the Reapers, one of my characters that I'm going to be using in my game. I was most impressed with. Oh, Microsoft's image gen exploded. Something went wrong. Please try it again. All right, well, let's see what ChatGPT. Okay, yellow. And a giant football over the top. That's actually not a worse. That's not the worst looking stadium, but it just insists that it has to be yellow. Well, it's not yellow, but I mean, it's got the yellow orange hue is what I'm saying. It's like it just thinks all images have to be, if it's fantasy, it's got to be orange hued. And its idea of dramatic highlights and rim lighting is always yellow and orange too. See how all these guys have the rim lighting is all. Wow, that's actually kind of a cool looking image. That AI that Microsoft's did, except that does not look like a football stadium in the background, and it's actually I don't even know what to say. Honestly, I like the styling on the left better. But I never asked for a giant football to be floating above the stadium. And to be fair, I think if I had to judge one of these, I'd go with the left. I think the left is the best. I just wish it was more what I wanted. I would definitely take the left one if the stadium was in the background like I asked. Like they're going to the stadium, not in the stadium. I think I would take left is better. Oh, well, that's fine. I wonder if I redid this. And let's change the who's battling. Go to image gen, which is Google's thing. Let's do it again. I'm gonna give it a chance. Let's see if I can change. I need an image of a fantasy styled American football stadium. Background with a long line of tokenesque fans headed to the stadium. Yeah, I feel like that's exactly what I asked for. It gave me the right art style, or an art style I like, but I don't. Yeah, I'm just gonna let it run. Let's just see what it does on a second try. Let's see how creative it can be given the same request 2 times. So some AIs can actually change, give you something new. Others just keep trying to give you the same thing. Oh, well, okay. Huh. Well, that's a tough one. Okay, so I really like the football themed characters. They're elves and stuff wearing jerseys and shoulder pads and helmets, but they're walking away from the stadium. Why are they walking away from the stadium? Like the game's over. I want them walking towards the stadium. What? As long as there's fans heading to the stadium. And the one on the left is actually kind of cool. It's kind of hyper realistic while still being cartoony, which I also kind of like. But the football, again, it kind of wrapped everybody around the stadium. It didn't quite put the stadium in the. It's oh man, that's a. What the heck is that say? Tarkan? Somebody likes Tarkan. I don't know. That would be cool if people were walking the right direction. I have to go with the one on the right is better, but again, I don't think I could use either one of these. That's tough. I wanted this one to be closer. I kind of like the styling, but they're just not quite getting what I'm asking for. Is there another image gen that might be good? I did Sea Dream the other day. I didn't even know what Sea Dream was. Hoon Wan is terrible. I'm pretty sure if I tried them, I would be disappointed. Huh. What is image gen versus Gemini? Let's have image gen and Gemini go at it. They're both Google. But What did I do the last one? Image in. It's kind of funny. They both have this thing for grand. They're walking the correct direction, and this guy couldn't even come up with a different option. It's interesting, though. Look. My image came up with basically the same one, except this one's more cartoony. And this one says grand. That's like the same style, whatever this is back here. Look at that. It's like it did almost the exact match. Like it was copying the previous images. That's it. That's interesting. Huh. People are a little bit more organized here, though. They stayed in line better. These guys are still walking away from the stadium, but they lost all their football gear. Huh. Which one is most aesthetically the same? I mean, considering I didn't give an image to copy, I'd say I don't even know. I can't even say. I think that's a tie. All right, I'll go with the right one's better. But honestly, I can't say I'm all that impressed with either one of them. All right, what if I close this? And let's see if this one can take an image. Some of these you can give it an image. If I can't find it. I totally lost my image. I don't know where the heck it went. I don't know why I can never find this image when I'm looking through here. I'm staring right at it, probably. Can't do it. Oh, there it is, yep. Huh, no, they don't do it. All right, well, anyway. It was worth a shot. None of these guys can do it. Oh, well. I can't get this image rebuilt. It's not a perfect image, but it's better than that. So we'll stick with what I have. All right, so yeah, let's oops, I don't think I plugged that one in. I think I had to plug that button in. That's scrimmage. Oops. Head to head. That doesn't work. See, my border is not going where it's supposed to. Alright, so first of all, let's go add my quick play button, kick off button, sim type panel, jumbotron. Buttons, head to head. Sim type button, config coach, scrimmage, head. Okay, we have to add another one. Oops. sim type button configs. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5. All right, so we gotta go here. This one's going to be the quick play. And we have this one, which will be league play. And only the head-to-head has this one. Okay. Try that. Oops, actually, league play is not supposed to have a button either, but. All right, so that's getting its button now. That shouldn't get one, but I turned it on anyway. Argument out of range exception. Well, there's only supposed to be 4. Because that one's not supposed to get one. All right, let's take this one off. All right, and what else we got? Coach mode image. Okay, but why is the... I asked Bezzy to help me figure out this problem. It did not. Okay. So it says I need to put all of these in the sim type button manager. Okay, but the league play does not use the settings panel as its settings are fixed for the league. Only head this time has a second panel to display. The others only have the base panel, the time panel. So I don't know. It says the indexes are misaligned. So is it saying I need to like realign these? Can I drag this one up? Put let's see, scrimmage at the top, coach mode, head to head, quick play. Oh, where's button highlights? Oh, button highlights. Sim type panel. Aha, that's the problem. So they're not matching the image. I get it. All right, so that means I need to put all right, so there should be an extra button highlight here. So that's how it's doing it. So I'm gonna click on that. And then I guess it's using, I don't know if am I supposed to be dragging the highlight image to these guys? So that would mean this guy's highlight image. You know, I'm gonna change the names of these. This is dumb. We're gonna go quick play. Okay, so that'll allow me to line up and see what the heck is on here. Alright, so I got league highlight is at the top where I don't actually have a league, and then I have so that's a problem. We're not lining up to this. So I have quick play highlight, should be probably the last one. Scrimmage is 3. According to that, scrimmage is 2. League highlight, scrimmage highlight, coach mode, head to head, and then quick play. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and hit save. And we'll launch again. Alright, we got no highlight. It still didn't work. Oh, whoops. I want to do that. Ugh, now we got this showing up. Right. So, nope. 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 We're one off on everything though. Nope. So it's matching them to the numbers, not to their actual. Even though I guess it makes sense because league play is not actually on there. If I put league play at the bottom, I don't know what it would do. But obviously this guy's not doing anything. Huh. All right. Got a little bit of quirkiness going on without that one. All right. I don't know how I'm gonna. I don't know how I make league play not show the the panel at all. That's what I'm worried about. I mean, I can put it on here, but because it's totally wonked out. It's not actually matching the buttons to the button names. So 0 should match. Zero, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Guess I could put league play at the bottom of the list. Let's see what that does. It's a little wrong, but we'll see. All right, the highlights are moving the way I want. Okay, so highlights are doing their job. These are all good, but click, that doesn't do anything because it doesn't have anything. All right, so I'm going to change this to 5. And then we'll drag this guy up here. And I will put league play there. And I will say, Ah, shoot. Honestly, I may move quick play. I think I'm going to put league play at the bottom. I think I want league play at the bottom. Because it's like, I don't know. I don't think it's going to be the first. Okay, so league play is not what it appears to be. League play may have its own special screen when you actually go to it. So these are just the types of games that can be played, but league play is different because you there's only one type of league game that you can kick off on your own. All the other league games are scheduled. And the one type is if you're playing an AI league where you don't have scheduled games, where it's just you can go week day to day to day to day to day to day. And I may not even have that button available unless your team is assigned to that kind of a league. Most league games are actually just scheduled, and you do your thing, and the game runs when it runs. And I don't know. I want to figure out a way to do this so that games don't run a week apart, because that seems like a long time to run a league a week apart. Maybe I'll allow people to have two teams. One that they can have in an AI league that's just that they can just have and run whenever they want, and then one that's part of schedule league, which are going to be the ones that go against other people and stuff. Because you can't run a non-scheduled games with other people because you don't know if they're ready, and I want to give people time to be ready. So you can't just say, oh well, run, I'm ready. But no, you can't do that. So I got to figure out a way to do that. And most games, I think, somehow schedule their games. I'm gonna ask. Let's go ask AI this question. How do football manager games leagues that allow other players, other users what are typical schedules games, same as weekly daily, hourly. Often mimicking NFL timing and requires synchronized play or AI simulation when users aren't online. Here's how multiplayer leagues typically access synchronous play in games like Red Zone. All users in a league play their matches on the same day, Wednesday and Saturdays, simulating a real-world weekly rhythm. Some games allow users to play at their own pace, with AI controlling inactive teams temporarily. This common in online career modes where not all users can be online simultaneously. League setup. Leagues often mirror the NFL structure. 2 conferences. Well, I already know that. Weekly or bi-weekly matches. Most games simulate a weekly schedule with matches occurring once or twice per week. This keeps pacing manageable and mirrors NFL cadence. Fixed match days. Some platforms enforce match days to ensure all users play simultaneously, which helps with fairness and immersion. Daily or hourly play. Rare and serious management sims. Most paced games or mobile apps might allow daily matches, but this is usual. Solo player casual leagues. Fast-paced games or mobile apps might allow daily matches, but this is usually. If a user misses a scheduled match, AI may simulate their team's performance to keep the leagues moving. Well, customized tools, team management. Okay, so they don't run them that often. That's what I'm thinking. I was thinking about running them weekly, bi-weekly kind of. I actually would like to mimic an NFL schedule exactly. Like you actually have people some people might play on a Monday and some on a Thursday and some on a Friday and some on a Saturday. It just depends. I mean, I would like to actually mimic NFL schedules. Now, I can't mimic the same schedule every year for every team because that'd be a pain. But I might try to come up with a scheduling system that has these days on a block and then have the scheduling system put the games on those days. So everybody would have whatever. And I'm going to build a scheduling system that does all that. So I'm going to have Monday games, I'll have Sunday games, I'll have Thursday games, and I'm going to kind of follow NFL tradition. So if NFL is playing, 2 Thursday night games or 1 Monday night game, or, they only play Saturday games at the end of the year, or, Thanksgiving Day games, whatever. I'm going to try to do the same kind of thing. And I will probably run them. In fact, I have a goal to actually have a mirror season where you actually literally, your players improve based on how they perform for you. Or I'm sorry, based on how they perform in real life. But you get a coach and mimic them. So in other words, I'm going to pull their stats in, regenerate their stats, and your team gets that team, and you get to control that team with their new stats from the week, and you're just coaching them based on how they did that week. So it's kind of a special league scenario where you're not training them and coaching them or you're not training them, so you don't have to worry about what they do during the week. But you're just doing, you're basically taking over that team based on the stats that they performed from the previous week, and you just get to coach them. So it'd be like, could you do better with the way Bo Nix is playing with Denver and their Denver defense doing what they're doing? Could you maybe make them win, or would you lose more? You'd be playing the same teams. Now, of course, your teams will be different. You'll be the V-Born Scorn versus the Divas, which are the Las Vegas Raiders. And maybe they wouldn't have won 10-7. Maybe. Anyway, I'm going to call it. It's 10:16, and I can't seem to get through a conversation without coughing. I know, so maybe tomorrow will be better. Till then, God bless.